Hey guys, bear with me. I know another mask video. I know they're out there. They're all over the place. I've just had so many people ask me how I make mine, and I just wanted to give you a quick little video, as quick as possible anyway, to show you exactly what I use and what I put in mine. And I forgot to bring one of these over, but here's one of my masks with ties. As you can see, it's I've just used shoestrings in it that have been cut. I've got a noseband, the metal noseband where it'll bend, and inside the main fabric in the liner here, I have polypropylene. This is called Oly Fun. You can get it at I hope you guys can see that, Oly Fun. You can get it at any craft store. This one has been tested to be waterproof, so it is going to protect you from the water droplets, like somebody sneezes or coughs, and you know that water droplets going through the air. So they have tested this one to be waterproof, so it should protect you from the droplets. So they're thinking this one may be the best. I mean, as far as, you know, as close as you can get to the N95. We're not making any claims that it's going to protect you as good as the N95, and we're not making any claims that it's going to protect you against other viruses or any other things. But it is very tightly woven, as you can see here. And inside of my mask, I have it double layered, because it comes double layered anyway, just like so. So you're getting a double layer of this inside my mask. And then, of course, the pocket here, I'm making another little extra filter that you can actually stick inside here for extra protection if you need it. So you've got a layer of the Oly Fun Polypropylene, a piece of felt. Felt is tightly woven, and then another piece of polypropylene. So you're going to stick this inside the pocket, and of course it will, you know, that's your preference. You've already got two layers of polypropylene in here, so you're protected even without this. But you know, if you feel you need more, go ahead and stick in an extra filter, or if you can get a hold of the mask, the little paper thin ones, you can stick it in here as well. But I do sew these around here. I sew all this together and make a little filter to actually go inside. So you know, that's how I make that part. And this one has elastic on it. Again, it's got the noseband and the pocket for the filter, and it has a double layer of polypropylene inside as well. All my masks have polypropylene filters already in them. So, but then you can put the extra one in. But I don't have any water right here. Well, I do too. Haha, I can show you this real quick. Let me get a scrap piece up here. Here's a scrap piece that is double layered. I'm just going to put a little on here. See it bead up on it? That water is not going through there. I can even rub it in. The water is still sitting on top. Watch it run off in my hand. It's completely dry on this side. Water does not go through, even if you had a single layer. Completely dry. So no water is getting through there. So that's why they say that this one is the best to put in the mask, because it is waterproof. Be careful, people are wanting to put HEPA filters, or filters like you use in your air conditioning units, you know, for your returns. People are trying to put those in there. Honestly, if you look at them, they're not washable. You need something that's washable, because you want this to be reusable. When you're using it, you're getting all those germs, and everything is going to be packing up right out here. It shouldn't be getting in here to you, but everything's out here is going to be packing up. So when you get home, you need to take this off and you need to wash it, and you probably need to put some kind of Lysol sanitizer in your water. You don't have to, but that's what I do. I hand wash them and let them soak in it. You can throw them in the wash machine. They're totally washable. So just be careful, because unless a HEPA filter is labeled that it can be washed, 9 times out of 10 it cannot. So you need to check that. Just fabric on your mask will not work. It will not protect you from the water droplets. You need a polypropylene filter. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I do and how I make my mask real quick. And let me move all this back out of the way. Let's shut this water up. I've got water on my pattern here. These are my patterns. This is a pocket pattern. This is my main part and my liner. So what I do is I've already got a liner cut right here. As you can see, this will be a liner for one of these. And another thing, they want you to wash your fabric before you use it. If you can't wash your fabric before you use it, as long as you've got an iron that will get up to about 350 to 400 degrees, you'll have to wash it. But if you have an iron that will get up to close or 400 degrees, 350, 400 degrees, you want to iron your fabric, both sides, back and forth, and let that iron sit on it for, don't burn your fabric. But that heat, that up to 400 degrees will kill germs on your fabric. So make sure you wash your hands before you sew these. My hands are clean. I have hand sanitizer here in case I have to stop to touch something. Trying to think of everything to tell you guys. Everything here I wipe down with alcohol or my hand sanitizer. Like I said, I keep my hand sanitizer sitting here for that purpose, in case I have to stop and touch something that I normally wouldn't touch. So, but with that, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I do. Remember, I make the filters just like this. And I've got a little pattern right here. This is my filter pattern. So I'm going to lay it back here, but lay everything over here. I've got my little knife. I love my little rotating cutting board here. If you're a quilter, it's a must. But I'm going to lay my pattern here on my fabric just where I want it. And yeah, I think I want to pull it down just a little bit right there. Actually, I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to cut it from this side, I think. Or did I want it that way? You just look and see how you want it. Just if you got directional fabric, you're going to have to be careful. So, alright, I'm going to do it right here. And I'm actually cutting 2 fronts at one time. I try to make the best of it and try to make them as fast as possible. I layer everything and try to cut out more than one at a time. And then you're just going to turn your mat. This is why I love it. Now my pattern is different from the top and the bottom, so if you want my pattern, I'll be glad to send it to you. My nose piece bends back more than here. Here just kind of comes down gradual and fits your chin, but I've got it where it'll turn back and kind of cup your nose a little bit. So you have to be careful with directional fabrics, like I said, because my pattern has a top and a bottom to it. Okay, so you got your 2 fronts cut here. I'm going to lay them to the side. actually going to cut a liner out of this. I should have done that and I didn't. I think I can do it. Okay, I just need one liner for that one because I've already got the other liner cut. So I'm just going to do this. Actually, I'm going to cut it this way. Just line it up, make sure your fabric looks good. And just hold it. Okay, so there's my other liner. Oops, I didn't catch it right there at that corner real good. Not a problem, we can get that right out. But you can see I've got a top and a bottom. I don't know if you can see how that kind of gradual cuts down and this curves back over your nose. So I'm going to lay that over there and I'm going to cut out pockets. And actually, I think that was my pocket material. It's okay. We'll make do. I've got it. Got it under control. This was my liner when it was cut just for the size of that other one. And I was going to fold that and make 2 pockets. Okay, but it's alright. I'm going to, I'll make another pocket here in just a minute. But for this video, I'll just go ahead and finish this one off. Okay, and then we got a pocket. Alright, and I'm going to meet you guys over at my machine, and I'm going to show you how to sew this one together. Okay, we're back over here at my sewing machine. So got my pocket, got my liner, and I've got my outer fabric. So what I do here, let me get all my stuff moved around over here. And I am sewing on a Conso. Yeah, I got my light on. Conso, it's a commercial Conso machine. Model is 26RB-5, if anybody wants to know what I'm sewing on. But what I do first, and normally I'd have a pile of outer fabrics, I'd have a pile of liners, and a pile of pockets. Excuse me. But that would just make it go faster, and I would just sew them away in a line, and I would just keep going, and I'm going to show you with this. I sew a 1/4 inch seam on all my masks, 1/4 inch. I just run it out. I get my next fabric, make sure it's lined up. Oops. And you know what? I forgot to do my filter on that one. I don't know what I was thinking. So anyway, I can fix that really quick. Not a problem. Let me throw my filter right here. Well, where's my filters? I know I'll cut them. Okay, got my filters here. So I can show you how I do them when I line my mask itself. Is I lay them on top of my outer fabric. Cut that thread. Get everything lined up, just like so, and then I just sew it with my fabric. Just like that. And then I get my liner fabric, like I said, make sure everything's lined up. Everything's sliding around here on me. Keep them going. Everything's lined up here. Now I'll just cut them off. Of course, I'd have a line of these hanging across my machine here. Alright, now normally people put like little darts, I guess you call them, in. I use pinking shears, it's just quicker, and I cut off all of this as close as I can to my stitches, but not so close that it's going to come apart. So I do this on every piece. My machine's puckering again a little bit. My bobbin must be tight on it. Alright, we're going to get all this up here like this. Go ahead and cut your now. Next, I take my pocket and I sew back about a 1/2 inch. You can roll them twice if you want to, make them like that, and do 2 1/4 inch rolls. But I just go a 1/2 inch and pull it back. And if you got an edger, I've got an edger, but I just think I'll pull it down. You can just pull them back like this for about a 1/2 inch. So we're trying to make these as quickly as possible. For people like me, I'm trying to donate some to the healthcare workers, and so I'm trying to sew them as fast as possible. And I'm trying to figure out every possible way I can make this faster. So just sew down right down the center. Just like so. That's what it'll look like. Yours will probably look flatter than mine because my machine, like I said, is puckering again. It does it every time I get on video. I don't think it likes to be on video. Okay. Now I can go ahead and turn them right side out, and you'll see with just the top because it folds back on the top here. And if I can get my fingers to work, I'm going to open this one. There's my top. So I'm kind of laying my fabrics together here, getting my seams on, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to open up my front, making sure I've got my top to the top. Get it opened up, and I'm going to come in here and make sure my seams are laying nice and straight. If you do a 1/4 inch seam on each one of your pieces and you lay your seams perfect, it should lay perfect. So we'll see. Hopefully I did okay on this one. They're handmade, so they're not all perfect. Especially when you're trying to get them out as fast as possible. Make sure my seams are lined up there. And so just to recap, what I did is I put my liner and my pocket together with the wrong side here facing the right side of my liner. See, the wrong side of my pocket is to the right side of my fabric or my liner, and my liner inside's going to be here. So that means both of your right sides of your pocket and your liner are going to be put against the front side of your right side of your main fabric. Does that make sense? Right side, to right side. Okay, so then I come in here and I push them down in, make sure everything's down in. And if I done it right, all my fabric should line up. Just pull it and work it. Sometimes you gotta maneuver it a little bit. But looky there, I mean, everything's pretty close. It's just leaning, some of it's leaning a little bit because of how it's laying in here. So once you get your fabric pretty good, come in here where your pocket is and go ahead and put a pin or a wonder clip. So everything's laying on pretty good there. Come over here and push all this down in. I must not have my liner laying quite right. It wants to buckle on me there a little bit. But I can make it work. I'm going to undo this and go back and make sure I've got my seams on down there, because this is my top and I want to make sure everything looks good. Now, make sure it's all hitting there and put my clip back on and see how my material's all laying pretty good together now. Everything looks pretty good. So I'm going to lay it down here. 1/4 inch seam. Oops, and I let go of that. So I'm gonna make sure I've got it still on here. I don't know why I let go of that when I done that. Put my needle down in there. Shame on me for not hanging on to that. Okay. Across here. Hang on to your material. Run it out to the end, and then come around here and get this side. Just hang on to it, make sure everything's laying nice and flat. This is your top. And pull that. Everything's going to come out good. Now, right here we want to come in here and we're going to turn it. And we're going to catch our, make sure, now see that's the back of my pocket right there. So we want to make sure we turn it on the right side of the pocket. Just get it all turned out. And if you did everything right, look at there. I line up perfect on my nose, and I line up perfect on my chin. Okay, so, and you can see here, I don't know if you can see, this is the curve of the nose, and then it's going to come lay almost straight down. That's, so you know that's your top. Your nose is curving back. Now, I forgot to tell you about this a while ago. This is my nose band. If you don't have access to anything like this, this is a little piece of sheet metal that my husband cuts for me. He cuts them for me. And then I sand them and make them, the edges round so they don't poke through on anybody or hurt anybody. If you don't have access to little sheet metal, there are people using those little metal pieces out of file folders. You can use that. If not, I've seen people using pipe cleaners. And I've seen people using bread ties, but I don't know how well that's going to hold up, because eventually that's probably going to break the more you use it. A pipe cleaner probably will too, the more you bend it. But it'll last you for a while. But if you want something that's going to last you, it doesn't rust. Sheet metal does not rust. So when you wash it, you're going to be able to bend this back and forth over a period of time, and it's going to hold up for you. So what I do with these is I go on the inside of my mask. You can do it on your pocket if you want to, but I'm going to give you more layers of protection against the little metal. You don't want to feel that cold metal on your nose. And I'm going to go right up in here, up behind the selvage or the seam allowances in there. And then I just push my fabric, get it, make sure it's all the way up in there. And then I line it up with the center of my neck. Sorry, my throat's getting dry. I line it up with the center of my nose right there. So that's pretty dang close. So we're going to call that the center. And I'm going to clip it. I'm going to clip it better than that from the front here. Now, I come in here and I find the end of my metal, and I lay it down here, and I'm going to mark it with a pencil or a fabric marker. Excuse me. I'm going to mark where the end of that is. See there? That way I don't sew on it. I'm going to come over here and find the end of this one. Lay it down here and mark it. Then I come over here under my sewing machine. Alrighty guys, I did not realize my phone had quit recording when I had a phone call come through. So hopefully, I've got it on Do Not Disturb this time. So hopefully we won't have any interruptions. So anyway, we are with a different mask. I apologize because, like I said, I was still sewing away and did not realize my camera had stopped recording. But we were at me sewing in my nose band, and this one is already sewn in. And I'm going to try to get you a good close-up here. Right there, you can see where I've sewn around where my nose band is going to be. It just makes a little pocket so that little band doesn't slide back and forth. So, now, what I'm going to do now is we're going to put in the elastic. And what I do here is I just roll these ends back in. Or if you're using ties, you'd put your ties in now. But I just get it nice and even, as close as you can get it. And I've cut my elastic to 8 inches. It may be a little big, but I would much rather my elastic be a little long than too short, and you can't do anything about that once it's too short. So if it's a little long, all they have to do is tie knots in the end of the elastic itself and make it fit, because you want your mask to fit kind of snug across your nose. So now I just stick the ends in and I clip them just like that. We're going to do the other side. Fold that back and just stick this in, just maybe a 1/4 inch, or to whatever your preferences are as far as you want to stick them in. And make sure you don't twist your elastic when you pull it around and stick it in this other side here. And just clip it. Now what I do is I fold my mask up like this, and I put my edges together, and then I check my elastic to make sure I'm the same length on both sides. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here beside my noseband, and I'm just going to run a top stitch all the way around my mask. But when I come across my elastic, I'm going to back tack it a couple times. I'm going to run down, I'm going to back tack it a couple times, and then I'm going to run all the way around. So that just gives a little extra support around those elastic bands. And let me change my thread back real quick, because I had gray on and we don't want black on the top here. Won't take but a second. Didn't realize I'd switched over. Okay. Let's get this in here. This and take this bobbin out. Oops, got it on backwards. Okay, doesn't take but a second to get all this in here, so now, make sure I get all that in there. Make sure my bobbin case is sitting nice and tight in there. And then we're just going to come in here and start right beside our noseband. Well, don't pull your elastic out like that. I just hit it with my fingers. You can just stick it right back in there. Make sure everything's laying flat here. Oops, forgot to go across my elastic, so I'm going to go back. There we go. Back tack. Now we're going to come across the bottom. Make sure everything's under there. This one's going to roll a little bit with me, but alrighty. And again, guys, these are personal masks here and for video purposes only. So that's why I'm not wearing gloves or my mask right now, because you wouldn't be able to hear me. So these will be personal mask only. If I was sewing masks for you or somebody else, I would definitely be wearing my gloves and my mask. Alright, let's get our little loose threads here. Now, there's our mask. You got your top stitch all the way around. Your elastics are in there. And then you've got your pockets on the back. Right there where your extra filter will go. And remember, there is a filter layer inside here. In between these two layers, there's already a filter. So you've got a filter layer, and then you're going to put extra filter in your pocket. Okay? And that's it. That's it on my mask. I hope this helps you. I hope you find the video helpful, and I wish you luck in your sewing of your mask. And please help your medical people, your hospitals, your local hospitals, your doctor's offices, anyone in the medical field. Please help those guys. They need these masks. They need them. They like this style because it's got the extra pocket. Of course, they take anything. They will take anything you are willing to donate to them as far as masks. They need them, and please donate. Thank you so much. Hope you like my video. Please give me some thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks, guys.